first, another big story that we're following. We have some new information tonight on Sunday's power outage. As we first reported on WWLTV.com, Louisiana's 2 nuclear power plants were offline Sunday, leading to rolling blackouts across the New Orleans area. So power has been fully restored across our region. Good news there. Paul Murphy reports local leaders are now investigating the circumstances that were leading up to the widespread outages.
More than 100,000 New Orleans area customers lost electricity during a series of rolling blackouts Sunday. According to State Public Service Commissioner Devontae Lewis, both of the region's nuclear power plants went offline, and there wasn't enough energy in the region to meet demand. Waterford 3 in Colonna on the west bank of St. Charles Parish was scheduled to be down for maintenance, but River Bend in St. Francisville, north of Baton Rouge, unexpectedly tripped offline.
For a scheduled outage to occur and a generator to fail simply should not cause a load shedding event. That means there are more to the story of either bad forecasting, bad modeling, or higher demand than was projected.
Lewis says it's unclear why Riverbend failed. According to Entergy, the forced outages were directed by MISO as a last resort to prevent more extensive, prolonged power outages that could have affected the reliability of the power grid. The Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, MISO, is a regional transmission organization that manages the grid in portions of 15 states, including Louisiana. Lewis claims Entergy should share some of the blame for the outages.
If we had more significant solar and battery storage, we could have been able to use some of that intermediate resources for the short time to keep the lights on. If we had better transmission, we could have flowed power from other parts of the state and other parts of this nation to keep power on.
New Orleans City Council President J.P. Morrell wants to know why it appears customers in the city bore the brunt of the outages.
Out of the 100,000 residents that were affected, over 50 were in one parish, and that seems very, very glaring.
According to Morrell, the rolling blackouts are expected to be discussed at a special city council meeting.
We actually are having a council meeting on Tuesday of next week. We're going to have MISO representatives and Entergy representatives present, and they'll be able to give a lot more information.
Outages were also reported in Jefferson, St. Bernard, Plaquemines, St. Tammany, and Washington parishes. As of Monday morning, power had been fully restored across the New Orleans area. Paul Murphy, WWL, Louisiana.
At the height of yesterday's event, roughly 25,000 CLECO customers on the North Shore were without power for under 2 hours. CLECO did issue an apology saying, quote, "We strive to give our customers advance notice, of any outages. This emergency situation did not allow us the time to inform our customers ahead of time." Now, some of the Entergy customers affected by that mass outage, they're also wondering why they weren't notified in advance. Well, according to Entergy, the outage was necessary to conserve electricity and prevent a more widespread outage. But as those temperatures hit their highs, the buildings from the West Bank to the North Shore, they got hot. The blackout interrupted the final day of Greek Fest's 50th anniversary.
None of their machines were working. You couldn't even shop. I mean, it was really terrible. It was hot in the gym, and it was really very disappointing. I think Entergy they have to do a little bit better with that.
Well, WWL Louisiana asked Entergy why no one was warned and what their plans are if there's a next time. We'll tell you what they had to say tonight at 6 o'clock. And we will have continuing coverage of the outage investigation and what's being done to keep the electricity on as we face even higher temperatures this summer. Look for updates on our website, our free smartphone app, as well as our social media pages.